Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I am back with another review. Today we are taking a look at from the Transformers Robots in Disguise line. This is One Step Changer, Quillfire, and Springload, or Springload and Quillfire. I picked these up off of eBay. They should be hitting retail soon, as some online retailers have the cases in stock. The cases include, I think, One Step Grimlock, One Step Strong Arm, which are just carryovers, Springload Quillfire, and a new sideswipe that I've heard the designation is Patrol Sideswipe, which instead of being the butterfly opening, it has that pinch opening that One Step Bumblebee and Drift have. And ironically enough, a One Step Bumblebee that opens like the butterfly knife. Um, be very careful and on the lookout because some retailers might try to sell an older version of either Sideswipe or Bumblebee as these new figures. Make sure to examine the front of the packaging and photos. If you see a Bumblebee that doesn't flip open like a butterfly knife, it's not the new figure. And with Sideswipe, you have to look for that pinching instructions. Also, I guess that's a good way to tell if you see those figures on shelves, you know the case was there and these guys are gone. Because let's be honest, I think these are going to sell more than another Bumblebee or Sideswipe. So we're going to start off with Springload. It is a very nice, um, like muscle type car done in the green. You have a little bit of a face action going on here in the front. I kind of do like that. I do have to take points off because I think Hasbro missed the mark. This could have been a situation where you had the push button spring change, one step changer. They did not do that, and I think for a figure like Springload that would work really well. But this does roll quite nicely. And just something I want to point out underneath, here are the limbs. And as you can see, I mean, they're actually secured in fairly tightly, all things considered. You'll see in robot mode, or I should say, yeah, well, robotic beast mode. Why I am impressed by that. Now, this does have a new transformation. What you want to do, you want to come in behind the figure. And let's see if I can do this so it's facing forward. And you're going to split the rear end. One will pop out a little bit easier than the other. Go ahead and just pull that out. And by separating the rear end, you'll have the front flip up and behind, revealing the face. And those limbs I was talking about release down. Now here's the cool thing is they are rather loose. I mean they do hold the figure up because they do have a limited rotation spot, but there's not really articulated and they just stay there. But I think this is kind of cool, and to be honest with you, I think this is really the only way we're going to get Springload as a figure. I don't see I should say, getting a Warrior class or Legion toy. If you to reverse the transformation, just go ahead, pinch the two rear ends together, and everything closes up nice and tight. Moving along, we have Quillfire, and Quillfire is a rather nondescript SUV type of truck. I think this would make for a great one-step swindle figure, but he's got his new Combiner Wars Deluxe class, which surprisingly ends up being one of the best figures and possibly the best figure of that wave. But it's very nice. Like I said, nondescript. So, well, giant robot feet in the back. Like Springload, this does have a new transformation scheme. A little bit like the pinch mechanism, but basically what you want to do is go ahead, I would say hold the front of the truck in the middle like this, and then go ahead and bring the legs down, and that will just open everything up just like so, and then you can come in and flip the arms forward. Now, I'm a little disappointed because this is it. This is the the full transformation. If you look underneath, right here inside, if you can just, there's a little brown ridge that hits that black center section. You can't push this any further, and I make a point of mentioning that because on the packaging, which is, I should mention, a CGI image, they show Quillfire not as hunched over and looking more forward. And just looking at it here, the figure looks like it's looking down. Now, I'll be honest, on camera, it does look like it's looking forward more than it is, but in hand, um, it really looks like the eyes are angling down, which is a little bit of a shame. I do like the fact that you do have some articulation here in the arms, that you can swing them forward and free like that. Um, like Springload, I kind of get the feeling that this is really the only way we're going to get Quillfire as a transforming toy. I do know it is very popular. It's a popular character, the whole zealot type of thing that when push comes to shove, it crumples under the pressure. But I don't see a warrior class. Well, actually, no, I'm eating my own words. Apparently, there is a warrior class version of Quillfire coming. They'll have some sort of pistol weapon that we've seen prototypes already. So forget everything I just said. I mean, I am surprised though that we are getting a um, warrior class version of Quillfire. But just to transform it back, go ahead, flip the arms back up. They will just sort of friction stop where they're supposed to go. And this is actually kind of fun. You can just grab the legs and flip them back up. And there you go. Everything snaps shut kind of tightly. Nice and neat, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I've always been a big fan of the one-step changers because just finding the new and unique ways to have a vehicle or animal turn into a robot of some sort, or robotic animal in Springload's case, is fun. I think sometimes the designers can really come up with something new, but also sometimes like with those butterfly changers, they can go to the well a few too many times. I do like the new transformations styles on these guys, but I don't know. I just kind of felt a little flat. I didn't get that real spring into action type of feeling that you'd get from the pinch transformation ones, or the button release type of deals, which, as I mentioned, I really think Springload should be. As I mentioned, I got these off of eBay. I was able to actually pay, reasonably around retail, depending on where you go. Definitely do not pay a markup. These are not $20, $25 toys. And they will be hitting retail soon. I'm fairly confident to say that if you'd like to get these for someone for the Christmas holiday season, definitely you should be able to find them either at an online retail store or in a physical store, so you don't have to pay the internet markup. This is your old pal Chuck for Springload and Quillfire. We will see you next time.